What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MarbleCast. Today, I got Coach Mentone on the podcast, and I had some audio recording issues. I recorded this episode from my house using very poor audio equipment, so I apologize in advance about my audio. She sounds great, and thankfully, she does most of the talking, and I'm limited as much as I could. But I do apologize about the audio, but please enjoy this episode with Heather Mentone, one of our coaches here at Marble Strength. Thanks for listening. Let's check it out.
What's up, Heather? How the hell are you?
What's going on? I'm good. Thank you.
So this podcast is coming out on your birthday, so I'm going to just tell you happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you've been coaching at Marble Strength for 4 years now, 5 years?
4 or 5 sounds about right. I feel like I started fairly after I started coming here, so.
Yeah, it was 4 years, right? 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And you just qualified for nationals, so congratulations.
Thank you. Finally, it's about time.
Definitely took some work.
Yeah.
What brought you to Marble Strength in the first place?
I knew I had like a CrossFit background. I feel like half of the people that do weightlifting have a CrossFit background. And actually what made me switch over to weightlifting was my nursing schedule. Actually, when I was in nursing school, I was at such a mom and pop CrossFit gym that the timing just didn't meet up with my timing. I wanted to go to CrossFit. So I wound up finding just a regular gym that had bumper plates and like a female bar that I was able to start practicing more of my weightlifting at. And I knew it's something I wanted to keep going on. Actually, when I was training at just like a regular gym with bumper plates, my friend Jenna was like, hey, I want to get you into a competition. You can come to the Arnold. And I was like, okay. So my second competition ever was actually at the Arnold in 2019. And then that summer I moved over to Howell, and I wanted to find a gym that focused more on just weightlifting, not just the CrossFit aspect of it. And that's how I found your gym here.
How have you felt about your time spent at the gym, your 4 years?
It's been great. I feel like every year I progress towards something else, and I'm still constantly learning things. So definitely a good spot to be at.
Did I force you into coaching, or was that something that you've always kind of wanted to do?
I want to say like not a little bit of both, but I'm definitely like a yes person. So like, hey, I can help. Like, do you want to help? So like a partner is just like, yeah, like I want to help. But I definitely wanted to always do some kind of coaching. Like I've been in fitness career for like some time, and I had the experience of different aspects. I did bodybuilding at one point. I did CrossFit at one point. Was starting to dabble more in the Olympic lifting side. I was counting macros like forever, so I had a good base. So I was like, yeah, sure, like this is something I can do. It's not like I went in blind, but a part of me was like, I'm definitely a yes person, so I just wanted to help you out too.
I think it was just a perfect fit from the start, like when you showed up. So I really thought you were going to do well with us, and I think I'm pretty much right. I think you do pretty well here at the gym, and you're now starting to get more into nutrition with the gym and expanding a lot further. What has been like the catalyst to put yourself out there a little bit more on social media?
Well, I knew, nutrition is something I wanted to do. And of course, there's only so many people you can have within the gym to do it. So I wanted to start branching out further. Like, I knew it's something that I've been tracking myself for a while. I've had multiple different nutrition coaches myself that have definitely helped me in my journey along with what works best for me and other people. And it's something like I wanted to branch further out. I knew social media has been such like a changing for every business. I feel like right now, social media is such a large aspect of like the world that I knew I'd be able to reach out to further people and have more remote stuff. So that's when I started doing the more media, making my own coaching page and going from there.
Where do you get all these ideas from? Your page is hilarious.
I actually just scroll social media at night on like my explore page. I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Like I could do something with that. I kind of make my own twist on it.
Yeah, I like the one you posted today with Gina, and then yesterday you had what was it, the sunglasses one?
I think yesterday was just what I ate in a day. I think the day before was the sunglasses one.
Yeah, the day before the sunglasses one. What do you eat in
Yeah.
a day? I like those both too because they provide a little value, and that's always like showcases a little bit more of what you're doing, and it lets people into your weird world. So I like that too. And it's just all about entertainment. So entertaining the folks out there in the social media game, I think is what works best. It's just hard to find that real like good idea. So you went almost viral on one of them.
Yeah, I'm not a TikToker. I still barely know how to use TikTok. I get the notifications. I barely know how to find them. But my little cousin was like, you should put on TikTok. Like everyone's growing from TikTok. And I was like, okay. So whatever I make for my Instagram, I just turn around and post it on TikTok. So it's not like too much extra thought is in it. And like I said, not the stupidest videos, like the most random videos that like the one I posted with the scale just blew up. I guess everyone was able to relate to it. And then I guess once it starts going, like it just keeps popping on people's Explore pages, and it just was like a whole tumbling effect. So,
and nutrition's like different for everybody. So, like, what's your process when you're dealing with a new client? Like, what's the consultation like? What's the first month like? Like, what's part of your process when you take in a new client?
So I'm very big on like everyone's different. We all have our different lives. We all have different healthy habits or eating habits already that either are good or bad that have to be broken. So every person is very individualized. The first like 1 to 3 months is really the meat and the potatoes, where this person either get the breaks in the habits or learn some new habits or figure out what works best for you. So I take every client differently. I have a couple different ways of tracking. I know not one tracking way is for everyone. Especially I want to make something that's very realistic in someone else's life. If you make something too difficult to follow or too hard to do, they're just not going to want to do it. 2, they're going to fall off, or 3, just start feeling discouraged and feeling like they're failing instead of succeeding. So I try to make it very individualized per person. I forget what you asked me.
What's your process like when you're taking in new clients? So like the first month is always just like a general getting to know you phase. Like we have to figure out what everybody's struggles are and what their habits are, right? So that's probably the first month. And then from there, how do you build out a plan?
So actually, I was just talking to Jen about this too. Even the first week, I tell my clients, like, I want you to just, whatever way we're using the track how you track. Don't try to impress me. Don't try to make yourself like, oh, look, I'm this great eater. Like, track how you track. I want to see what you do on the regular, like, what things that, like, some people think they eat really well, or some people think that they don't eat really well. They do actually eat really well. So, it's more like the first week is I want to see what you do, because I want to make small changes to your life and not make a super abrupt change that's going to be overwhelming and really hard to do. And they kind of grow from there. Depending on what the base you have already is depending on like the strategy I would use going forward. But pretty much the first week is I want to see what you do and how can I make small changes to this that's not super overwhelming, and it's something that you can reasonably do within your life. So then we kind of build from there. And each week we set different goals or different habits to kind of help conquer whatever the goal may be, like your overall goal is going to be. So we'll kind of make smaller goals within that to help reach your main goal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can't change people like overnight. Like this is a process, and anybody that works with you or works with me, it's a process. We have to develop that relationship. So the whole first month is sort of getting to know you phase. I think the first 3 months are the getting to know you phase, because we have to develop a habit and build foundations within that first month. And then in the second month, we can start progressing a little bit. And I'm talking in terms of like fitness or weightlifting, right? The first month is we have to see how people move. And the second month is like, all right, we're going to apply some changes to the way you're moving so that we can implement a better foundation to move forward. And by the third month, we're in that peaking phase. It's like, all right, cool. We've done 2 months of this. Let's see how it reacts to a little bit higher intensity and putting it into practice a little bit more. So that's like basically a 3-month build over here at Strength in terms of our fitness and our strength program.
And some people will move. And some people will
Yeah.
move quicker than others too. And like I've had my like first client saying, I always want one-on-one, like you're going to stay with me forever, pretty much. And that's fine. I mean, she's doing great, but sometimes like people don't move at a rate that, not that they don't expect to, but everyone moves at their own rate, and that's okay. Like some things, the more consistently you can do something, it's going to become a habit eventually. So some people take longer than others, and that's okay.
I think building that habit is what it's the hardest concept for people to understand. It's like, if we want you to do this without being told to do this, we have to figure out a way that's going to make it kind of fun and make it make sense for you. Like, we're going to tell you what's going to work the best and keep doing the same things over and over again until you get it. And then, okay, cool. Next step. Now comb your hair, which I do not do, but Heather does really well.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, you're definitely a little bit more well kept than me. You've been doing really great with the nutrition program here. We try to present everybody at the gym, whoever starts, to have at least a consultation, because hand in hand, fitness and nutrition, you need them both. If you don't have both, you're not going to get the results you want. What do you think is one of the more challenging things dealing with people's nutritional habits?
I think the most challenging thing is people see things, if they don't have like changes within the first or 2 weeks, they see things as failure. I think that's the most challenging, and having people have the mindset like, you're not failing, this is a growing process. There's not going to be an easy like straight away, and that's for everyone. You could be doing everything perfectly and not see changes the first 1 or 2 weeks. And I think the biggest thing is getting people out of that failure mentality. Or especially, I'm also really big on, you deserve to have balance. I always say, unless you're being paid, like a paid fitness model, okay, then you have to have everything to a T. You're like, I's have to be dotted, T's have to be crossed. I said, but most people want to do this to feel good in their body and look good and have overall like good, like health and wellness. They're not doing this to get like paid for a living. So I always say balance is super important. Like, I would never tell you not to go to a family event and miss out on, memories just because you have to be super strict. Like, no, there's a time and a place to be strict, and most people, it's not, reasonable within their lifestyle. So I like to tell people that if you have like one cookie, or you have something that's like you have a sweet tooth and you eat something, like, don't think of that as failure and then, oh, I failed, so the rest of my day I'm going to just throw all my habits away and eat like crap. So that's something, like a mindset that most people have, like, I have to be 100%. Well, no, you don't. You don't have to be 100% unless you're getting paid to like physically go out and have your body on like a cover of a magazine. Or like I said, my weight class athletes, I always tell them there's a time and a place to be strict, and it's usually when we're in prep for competition. Like, you don't have to be strict all the time. You can still enjoy things, enjoy life, and make memories while still reaching your goals, as long as you do everything in moderation. So that's also a big thing of people too.
I'd say like you got to be like 70-80%.
Yeah.
Up 70-80% depending. And you got to at least try to work out between 3 and 5 times a week. In some capacity.
I was also talking to someone about this too. I said, I feel like people put so much time and dedication like into the gym. They put like maybe 1% into like their nutrition in the kitchen, and it does go hand in hand. It really does. So if people sometimes put the same amount of time they put into working out, into the food and fuel that they're putting into their body, they probably see quicker and better results too.
Oh, for sure. If they just did a little bit of effort in the kitchen, you'd see results. But most people just want that quick fix. They just want to grab what's closest to them, and they just like, no matter how, I think some people just aren't ready to receive the information. Yeah. And that's where we have the biggest challenge. Is some people come to us looking for a big transformation, but they don't really want to do all of the work. So in that case, it's like, we can only do so much, right? There's not much I can do for you if you're not going to actually go in the kitchen and cook stuff, or you're not going to take the option of buying clean food from a reputable source.
That's when it's like a meet me in the middle kind of thing. Like I know you want to go like all in or nothing, but then like you're probably not gonna do that. So like let's kind of find in between somewhere.
They have to find balance.
Yeah.
One question we get a lot is, does it matter when you eat your last meal or at what time of the day you eat food?
That's really dependent on the person. Some people generally don't feel well if they eat super late, where I can eat super late and I can fall asleep and I'm fine. So that's really dependent on the person.
Yeah, I think most people will hear like you shouldn't eat past 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night because that's when the fat stores. And I think that's a really big misconception with the understanding of how your body works, and
Mhm.
two, what happens at nutrition.
So
So
that also
what I
depends on
oh
on
yeah,
your goals too, because there's people who also work out super, super, super early in the morning, where if you have something in your stomach at night, that's actually more like a carb or something in your stomach. That's more beneficial because you don't have time to really eat super early in the morning, like getting enough, calorie intake to fuel your workout. So it depends on your goals as well and like your lifestyle. I think that all kind of plays in factor.
yeah, it's totally dependent on each person. Like I've told people, I said that your body doesn't know what time it is. It doesn't really care when it's
Mhm.
getting the calories, as long as it's getting good calories throughout the day,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And some people, most of the time, if somebody says, "Well, I heard you shouldn't eat past 8 o'clock," that's probably because what you were eating past 8 o'clock was not really good food. Like,
Mhm.
let's be realistic. If you're sneaking in for a midnight snack, you're not going in for grilled chicken, rice, and vegetables. You're going in for potato chips and cheese fries.
Yeah.
So I think that's a common misconception amongst most people, that they don't understand that term, and they're just super inconsistent
Yeah.
for the most part. Like that's what I've found with talking to a lot of people over the past 7 years. They don't know how to eat, and they don't know where to start. So if
That's the thing.
you
Then
have
people get so like not dedicated, but they get so crazy about like the things that aren't really important. Like, well, I can't eat past this time, or I have to fast in this time. It's like just worry about the food you're putting in your body at this point. Like, stop worrying about the other factors. Like, let's like dial into like let's put good food in your body no matter the time.
so somebody comes to you and they're a complete mess. What's the first thing you try to do? Like, they hide cereal in the couches so that their significant other doesn't find it. They have a lot of sandwiches as their meal, and maybe once a day, maybe they're having a complete whole meal. So how do you get them to break that habit? What's something that you suggest?
I mean, that's just making that, yeah, that's just making like small changes, right? So, like I said, it's really hard. If I were to say, "Hey, stop doing all of that. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this," you're gonna say, no. So, like, I think going with that, be like, all right, let's look at what you're already doing and make one small change to it. So, like, let's maybe have out of the 7 days, let's the first week try to have 3 actual breakfasts and then kind of go from there. And then like, oh, okay, let's try to have maybe 5 breakfasts, and then we can start adding like the following week. All right, let's try to have a healthy snack in between breakfast and lunch. So that's just making small changes every week, so it doesn't seem as dramatic to your life. This way, it doesn't feel like you're also giving up as much. If I said, hey, you know what? Keep snacking on that cereal on the couch, but let's change something else. At least I'm not taking everything from you. You're like, and we can kind of meet in the middle. Like, okay, you know what? I'll keep my cereal on the couch, but I will have breakfast. Then we can kind of move on from there and kind of make small changes every week. So it doesn't seem as like I'm taking everything from you, and then you have no control now. That's kind of what I think it comes down to. If you take everything from someone, they feel like they're losing control over their life and what they want to do. So if I kind of like, hey, meet in the middle, keep having that snack that maybe you want to have, but let's start, having a quality breakfast or a quality lunch and go from there.
Maybe like changing the type of cereal you're hiding in the couch.
Maybe that too. But I think if you do small changes, it doesn't feel like you're taking complete control over their life. I work in healthcare too. If you have the patient feel like that they're making these ideas and these changes with you, it's still giving them a sense of control, like that they're not being stripped away of everything that they like and enjoy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of working with the person and finding like a happy medium.
This is why you're the nutrition coach and I'm not, because I would just, if someone came to me with that and they'd have, I would just want to beat them with a PVC pipe.
Don't get me wrong, like it's frustrating when you know what you have to do and you're like, well, why can't someone else just do it? But it's not that easy. Like it's habits that they've already put into their life and that you have to break it back down. So it's almost back.
I just want to say the PVC method is somewhat effective. It does get people to do the things
I almost used it on Gina today.
See, it worked. Well, she hit a PR today, so that was good.
Good, yeah.
She's getting there. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And then we put on the blues for her to do like jerk drives. And I guess Sam had told her, like, you're not strong enough to use the blocks or something. So I said, Gina, we're just going to cut the jerk drive short in the video and be like, she hit that jerk. This way you can say that you're strong enough to use the jerk blocks now.
Should put 55 over her head and just made her hold it.
Yeah.
That actually might be a good drill for her, doing like overhead carries.
Yeah.
I'm going to start making her do stuff like that. That's a good idea. Thanks, Heather. That was a good idea.
Well, we did jerk recoveries today, and that was something new to her, so she wasn't like super great with it, but it went okay.
All right, so we got what, 5 weeks till nationals?
Is it 5 weeks?
Something like that, right? I think so. Yeah, I think it's 5 weeks. You excited?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
Big trip to Colorado.
No, I feel like that's how it works. Like, oh, you should go out a month early because the air quality is different. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I was like, I'll be fine. I passed. Yeah, I was like, that's not realistic. I'm going like 2 days out before I compete.
Yeah, a month. Who's going out there a month early?
I don't know, someone who works at this.
Oh, that's too much. We need a better fundraiser then. We'd have to sell a lot of candy for that one.
A lot of candy.
Yeah, we haven't sold any of the candy, so.
No, my grandma bought 10. My grandma bought 10 bars.
Yeah. All right. So you've sold a little bit. You still haven't sold the whole box yet, though. But what are you predicting for nationals? What do you want to hit? What are your goals for that?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at least the 185 goal again. That'd be cool.
185 again, 61 kilo. If we hit 185, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Or even just like 1 kilo more on something, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
We just hit 103.
I think it'd be more realistic for my clean and jerks, but
let's go back to the Freehold Spring Liftoff and competing at CBA. What was it? How did it feel before you went up for the opening snatch? Like what was going through your mind?
I've hit this before. I can do this. That's what's going
on. What was like the experience of hitting? You hit 83. We missed 84 or 85.
Yeah, I feel like for me, if I know I've hit something before, like even if I hit it one time, I get like so much more confidence from it. So when he went, I think 85, right? I mean, I'm happy I basically went under it, but like I don't know. I get nervous when I haven't hit anything.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Like even if I hit it once, I think I only hit 83 like one time in training. So like that just gives me confidence. Like, I've been under this before and I've held it there. Like I can do it again.
For me, if I don't jump right to the number I've never hit, I'm probably not going to make it on a next attempt. Like if I hit something like in between, I'm going to waste all of my adrenaline on the lighter weight. So if I hit like 115, I have to, and my best is 125, I will go right to 126 and bypass everything in between.
Yeah. And even on the clean and jerks, I've like consistently been hitting 100, and then I hit the one 103 and then like a 102, and I think a week later I hit 105. And I felt super confident in my clean and jerks, but as soon as I hit 102, and like that's the number I needed like to qualify me, I got like goosebumps. I'm like I all of a sudden got freezing, like all the adrenaline just like left. I got super cold, and then even you're like, "Do you want to cut it?" And I was like, "No, I can do this." And then I just didn't have anything left. I was done at
The
that
job
point.
was done at that point. There was
Yeah.
there was nothing left to do. It was over. Like, we're
Mhm.
just wasting time now. I mean, it's fine, go out and try, but I
Yeah.
didn't think you were going to do anything at the next weight. Because at this point, like, you already get first place. 2, you qualified for nationals. And 3, you hit 2 PRs. So, like, all 3 jobs complete. There's nothing, like, you're just beating a dead horse. There's nothing left to do at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I would, you know, you got to try. But at the same time, it's like, it's fine. Let's just have pizza.
Yeah.
But I thought the competition went really well. I was really, really proud of you for putting it all together. And now we have to pay for this trip to go to Colorado
Mhm.
for 4 hours of your life.
Yep.
From 5 years of training for 4 hours of your life.
Mhm. That's what it comes down to.
And as a nutrition coach, are you maintaining weight properly?
So I sit about a kilo to 2 kilos above, 2.5 kilos above. And then like I said, I kind of have more of like leniency tracking, like to make sure I get the protein I need to get in, and I kind of fill the rest of my calories like how I do. I still have very like balanced meals, but then come like the month out, and I'll start like making sure I am kind of tracking a little bit more. But I won't start cutting calories or like cutting weight until like 2 to a week out, because you want to train as heavy as you can up till the meet, so you still feel good, have the energy in training, and obviously the deload week, and then plus since you do have that deload week, you do lose some of the inflammation, and you don't really need as much energy intake because you're not really putting out as much energy intake. But I typically sit like 1 to 3 kilos above my weight class. So I think I was 73.5 this morning.
What's your cutting process like? Do you track everything all the time, or only when you're cutting?
I was like, I kind of like lenient track right now. I make sure I have like enough protein. I won't like weigh everything, especially since I've been weighing things for so long. I can kind of look at something and be like, all right, that's about 4 ounces of chicken. Like I don't really like weigh everything if I don't have to. But a month out, I will start weighing and scanning and tracking everything, just so I know like I'm getting a consistent calorie intake in, and I can see where my weight is sitting. And like I said, like the week to 2 weeks out is when I'll start making adjustments if I need to. Sometimes I'll do like the water manipulation if I need to. It really just depends on how things are moving that 2 weeks out.
I don't track at all. I just eat and know how my body reacts to certain foods.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know you've tried to tell me to track and stuff like that, but I don't because it's too much work and I'm already about it. But I kind of like am at a point where I know when I'm heavy and what I would need to do to not be so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really just a matter of cutting calories like way down. Like I think I was able to cut 3 kilos in the last like week and still feel fine. Like I'm still moving weight, still fine. So
Well, you're not really on like the training cycle either.
Yeah, I don't really train very as hard as you guys do.
So
but
it's
I
not
still
like
get the job done.
Like I don't know what I'm trying to get at here without trying to like sound mean.
I still get the job done. Just so we're
no, like you do, but like you're saying, like you drop your calories, but like you're not like it's not like you have like a heavy like program and like you're active. Obviously, you're at the gym all day.
My entire program is heavy. All I do is lift heavy.
Yeah, but you lift like 3 sets and then you're done.
It works.
Like you get your whole heavy program done in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm tired after 15 minutes. I'm old. You're young. You got all that young energy. I'm old. hit my steps and I leave. That's it. I'm done. I got to go back to work.
We'll have to ask Marcy about that because she trains for hours at a time.
Yeah, but he trains 3 days a week.
Marcy?
Yeah, he'll train people for 3 hours a week. That's it. Or three sessions a week. That's 6 hours. Mine are like 30 minutes every day, 40 minutes every day. You know, that's a lot. That adds up. It's about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock if my daughter just starts screaming for no reason. Let's go back to me. What has been like some of the proudest moments you've had at the gym, other than like hitting the heavy lift? Like, what's something that like you really enjoyed about the gym, or that you do enjoy?
That I enjoy about the gym, or like moments?
Let's go with moments and then things that you enjoy and all that. What about made you love?
What about you?
Yeah, what about made you love?
I don't know, that you're always here. I don't know. You're always here. I tell everyone, I'm like, yeah, my coach is practically my best friend. Like, who else do I see for 2 hours every day?
Who else do I get to annoy all the time?
Like, I see you more than I see like my girlfriend. But what do I enjoy? I don't know. I think that we have like, I will say out of like all the gyms, the environment here is definitely different. It's a really nice environment. Like everyone wants to see everyone succeed. It's not like super intimidating environment either. Like me and Gina were just saying, like the 11:30 class, like she's like, yeah, it's just Joe and a bunch of girls. Like, I don't know, it's like it's a good space. It's good people here. Like this feels more like homey than most other gyms, I want to say. But I don't know, proud moments. I mean, what other moments like besides like when you succeed at your lift? I guess I don't know. Seeing other people,
well, I mean,
that's fun too.
I think that some of the good parts about having you at the gym is that you help me evolve the program and the service that we provide. That's good, and I think we've done a really good job with that over the past year, for sure. Especially building up the nutrition program a lot more, providing better quality training for certain clients, and then when you quit your job as a nurse for a little bit of time to train, we have a little bit more time to sort of collab on ideas, and I enjoy those moments. So that's what like helps me out a ton.
I know you hate when I go back to work.
Yeah, it sucks because then I have to do all the things that you were doing, and then you always ask me, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I'm busy, and then I get upset. No good. But no, I think that we've evolved a whole lot, especially in the past year for sure. And the program has grown as far as weightlifting. Our fitness and nutrition has grown a ton, and I think we're establishing our name in the area for sure. A lot more.
And definitely like out of the area too. I think I probably have more remote clients right now than I do like local. So I think we're also establishing ourselves not in this area, but just like in general. Because you have a lot of remote athletes now too, don't you?
A couple of them dropped out, but that's fine. My remote program is not my main source of main service, so I only deal with a couple of people with that. But yeah, we have like 3 or 4 remote athletes, and I mean, I'm looking to get more if people are interested. But I like working with our core group. I can provide them a lot more attention. And it just works better for everybody else. But yeah, I'm happy about it. I think you're doing a good job. We can keep you around for a lot longer.
Thanks.
All right, final question, Heather. What is your perfect day?
A perfect day. Oh, no one stresses me out. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll paint you a picture. You have money, like you don't need any more money. You can do whatever you want. What would you do with your perfect day?
Sleeping. I love my sleep.
What time do you wake up on your perfect day?
My perfect day. It depends on time I went to bed. I try to get like 9-10 hours of sleep, so it depends what time I went to bed. So wake up, eat something. I prefer to train in the morning, like not super early, but like if I were to like able to sleep in, eat something, and then come to the gym, I just lift better like that 11:30 morning time versus lifting at night. I feel like I have more energy when I first wake up, and then I don't know, I like lift, to go lay out in the sun for a little bit.
Do you go fishing? Do you work? Do you go on the boat? Like what else? What do you eat for dinner? What's for
Go on
lunch?
the boat. I'm a pretty boring person. Work out, go on the boat, lay in the sun. Sure, go fishing.
Heather caught us a nice striped bass the other day, and it was delicious.
Yeah, got to give some to Joe. It
was good. All right, you wake up around 8, 9 o'clock. You have coffee. You have a snack or breakfast. You come to the gym. You do a workout. You leave the gym. You have lunch. What's lunch? Perfect day lunch.
Nutrition
Perfect day lunch.
Nutrition Kitchen.
Nutrition Kitchen. Head over to nutritionkitchen.com. All orders need to be in before the end of the day. Make sure you get those orders in. Shout out to Allison. Okay, so you have Nutrition Kitchen. What's your favorite Nutrition Kitchen meal?
I love the deconstructed burger bowl is 100% my favorite.
Interesting.
I love that one. Something about the pickled onions. Love it.
Yeah. Okay. I dig that one too. I do like the ground meat stuff that she has. Or the taco bowls, the Southwestern taco burger bowl. I think that one was good. All of her meatballs are awesome.
I forget what sauce she gave me. It was actually the week of meat. I forgot to put my order in, and she was a saint. She like was like, I have some stuff like frozen I can send you. I'm like, that would be amazing, thank you. So she sent me meatballs with I think it was like a spicier sauce with like a thing of sauce. It was so good. So again, thank you, Allison, for that. I appreciate that. I am so forgetful. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to me. So that was really nice.
Yeah, she does help us out at the gym. She provides us with some quality meals. Anybody looking for their first order, use promo code ALWAYSHUNGRY to get 15% off. It would work for your first order only, but it's worth it. They'll deliver right to Marble Strength on Sundays, and you can pick it up on Monday. So make sure you do that. All right. If you have Nutrition Kitchen, a deconstructed burger bowl, you lay out in the sun, you take a nap, you get work done. Are you working or are you not working?
I told me I don't have to work. I have money.
That's true. Yeah. I would still work. I would still like do stuff. I would probably still do like social media.
I mean, I have to do like my client check-ins. That's something then. So I would do a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I would do this part of my perfect day is doing like talking to people on a podcast and promoting the business that I own. Like that's part of my perfect day.
Well, if I had a perfect day, nothing to do, I'd probably hang out at the gym for an additional hour just to like shit with you.
So we could have the deconstructed burger bowl together.
Yeah. I'll have a meeting in your office. Yeah. I miss our lunch meetings when like me, you, Mo would go out to lunch.
I know, man. He moved away.
That was fun. Let's go to the tavern and have some lunch. Okay.
We have to have our business meeting at Tommy's Tavern. Let's go. All right. So on the boat, lunch, maybe do a check-in, maybe don't. Do you go out on the boat? Do you go for a ride? Do you chill out?
The boat's not starting right now, so I don't have a boat to go out on.
All right, so you're docked at the boat. Got it.
I'll take my dad's boat out.
Well, it's a perfect day situation. You fixed your boat.
Oh, so my boat's running. This is a perfect day situation. My 1987 boat sometimes gets a little temperamental. But come home, maybe have a little fire, and then have dinner. Me and Ryan like to get Ralph's ice. That'd be a good day.
What do you have for dinner? What is Ryan cooking for dinner?
Typically, again, I like to do as easy as I can. I know I'm not working my full-time job right now, but I'm like just as busy doing everything else. So I usually do like meal prep, like I said, Nutrition Kitchen for lunches, and then I will order HelloFreshes for dinner. We'll choose things that kind of fit my macro beast and whatever he's pretty easy. But I usually pick meals that will fit like my macro pieces, and they give you all the ingredients for it, and then we just have to cook it. So some kind of HelloFresh meal.
You wouldn't go out to like a fancy nice
Oh,
restaurant.
she was in my dinner? Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I mean, it's a perfect day situation. You're cooking at home, HelloFresh.
He actually asked me where I want to go for my birthday, and I don't even know where I want to go.
Tommy's Tavern, lunch meeting.
For my birthday?
Well, you won't be here though that weekend, will you?
Why not? Where am I gonna go?
I don't know. I thought you were in West Virginia or something.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, cool. So then we'll have a lunch meeting. There we go. So later today, Heather and I will be at Tommy's Tavern. Coming out on you.
If you guys want to come.
Well, everyone's invited. Pay your own way. All right, so you're cooking at home on your perfect day, or you're going out. We haven't decided yet.
Haven't decided.
Man, my perfect day, I'm definitely having steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus. I'm getting some oysters to start. I'm not sitting at home eating hungry root. No thanks. Sous vide chicken. I've had enough of that. But yeah. All right. Perfect day for Heather is basically the things that she already does. So she's living her perfect life.
I'm really boring, so.
You and Gina both like, yeah, I'll just do the things that I'm already doing, but I spend more time at the gym.
Is that what Gina said too?
Yeah, Gina's like, I probably just spend more time at the gym, and I'd wake up at 6 in the morning, and then I'd go to the gym, and then I'd stay there. That's it.
I guess I'm never usually given the opportunity to have a perfect day, so it's just not in my head.
I know you don't think about that. I think about it all the time now because it's like part of the curriculum I'm in. But yeah. All right. Next time we have you on the podcast, we'll ask you if your perfect day has changed.
All right, I'll
You
have to
start
think about this one.
Start thinking about what you actually want for dinner and not hungry.
Even where do you want to eat? I have no idea. Just bring me somewhere.
Okay, here's some Burger King. Not here.
I told him I want some scallops. That's actually what I wanted, scallops.
Oh, scallops. See, there you go, scallops.
Yeah. Scallops.
Honestly, I had the striped bass left over last night, and I put honey mustard on it, and it was still really awesome.
That's good.
I put zero love into cooking that thing because I didn't have anything. Huh?
I put so much love into catching it, and then you just put no love into cooking it.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. I put like zero love into cooking that thing because I was at my mom's house and she doesn't have anything that I have, and it was still awesome. Like I didn't make it well at all. I put some butter and some salt and pepper, and that was basically it. And then left over in the fridge, I ate it cold with some honey mustard sauce, and it was just awesome.
That's
great.
Good.
I love striped bass, so perfect day would probably include some striped bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fish for it too on your perfect day?
What is that?
So are you gonna fish for it too on your perfect day?
I would like to go fishing. It's just hard to do it with my schedule and the kids and stuff like that. Like I want to take Logan on the boat and go fishing, but he's not ready yet, and he would hate it.
Yeah, he gets so bored.
Yeah, he would not enjoy it at all. He gets like 5 minutes and then he wants to go home. So
yeah,
he's not ready for that yet. We'll have to do that when he gets a little older. I bet Sabine would like it more than he will. Okay. All right, Heather, we got a fundraiser. We're gonna put a link in the description. You can help us get to Colorado, guys. We are offering just a charitable donation. You can get a T-shirt. You can do some one-on-one training with Heather or nutrition coaching with Heather. So there's a few options there. We don't want something for nothing. We'll work for it, but we appreciate any and all contributions. Heather, where can they find you on the Instaweb?
Coach Mentone is my Instagram. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, Coach_Mentone. You can find her on the Instaweb. Follow her for a lot of fun tips and tricks on nutrition and silly videos because she puts them one up a day, and they're pretty fun. And you guys know where you can follow me. So I just want to say thank you, Heather, for being on our MarbleCast today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was awesome. I hope this video and audio came out well. I did not check it, and I'm at home, not in my usual setup. So Heather's at the gym with my good stuff. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Heather, for being on. Age is inevitable. Weakness is not. Get out there and listen shit. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to today's MarbleCast. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Once again, I do apologize about that audio. We will do better in the future and look to upgrade our equipment even when I am from remote. But do check out the links in the description. You can help us out getting to nationals. There's a link for our fundraiser page, and we provide personal training, nutritional coaching with Heather or myself. There's a link for the t-shirts as well. Help us get there. It's a expensive journey to train for nationals. It's also an expensive journey to get there, so we appreciate any and all support. Thank you guys again for listening. We'll see you next time.